This looks like a job for Superman.
Welcome to Super Pals. I'm Jared. I'm here with Robert. What's up, man?
I'm feeling very Christmassy.
And today we are going to talk about all the Superman Christmas stories for obvious reasons.
Yep, most of them are post-crisis, from post-crisis onward. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, exactly. Most of them there's going to be one that's new 52. Anyone that's followed this channel knows what I'm talking about.
But the reason why is because, let's be honest, pre-crisis, they were just ho-hum drums or stuff set during Christmas and never been about Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, well, really pre-crisis, there wasn't really like...
Well, there were some. I looked up. There were some.
There were some, but it felt less connected, if you will.
Exactly. We'll get there because that was the whole anthology done in ones.
Yeah, exactly. So now... this is when it was like an actual thing. So let's get started with some Superman.
That's a cover.
That's
okay.
Again, I was telling Robert this beforehand. I miss when covers were like an entire scene instead of like just like a character flying at the screen.
Now, I would say this to give this some setup here. This is Allie. She was the secretary, long-term intern, done so many stuff. Been working at the planet for years. They had been slowly setting this up. Most notably, there was a point where no one else showed up except for Perry and her, but at a moment where no one, like the only way for to be there was because Perry was already on the way there, and for her, well, what we're about to find out. Mm-hmm. And now, throughout all this, it's Christmas, it's the holidays. Superman helps save someone. This is also one of those issues that kind of pushes some other plot points around. Like by this point, Clark had gotten a job at a magazine. I just forgot what it was called, but it was Colin Thornton, News Time magazine. So this is his big farewell. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy had just gone, like, because exposed to the Eradicator. He went a little wonky, so this is his return and everything. But Clark walks off and he finds Alice. And turns out she's been homeless. She's been sleeping, living at the Planet Building. And we find out she's been doing it for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Why? Because her mother had her when she was in her 40s. So she was always in frail health. And especially when her father died. And eventually her mother died. And then and then her landlord decided to make it to convert everything to condos. Mm-hmm. All of that piling up, and just look at it. It's the fact that it's like all of this
motion work is so good.
It's Jurgens. What do you expect?
Yeah, so credit where credit's due.
Yep, and again, this is just something that's so real. Mm-hmm. And then what does Perry do? He does a big, an article and an op-ed. Which does not, if you notice, does not get the cover, the headline, because op-eds do not get headlines.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you see everyone's like being welcoming, helpful, and then Perry and his wife do everything that they do to help. There's 2 L's. That's what she starts being called Allie. Okay. And he's basically saying she's been working even in the evening. She's owed 3 years worth of half shift overtime. So what does Barry do? He's making sure she gets it to get her a good place, to get a different place of her own.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. And ends here on a nice point. Want to show off that one. But then there's also the Metropolis mailbag, where Superman has all these letters. This is one, you gotta be honest, this is one of Jurgens' best ideas. The fact that Superman has all these letters piled up over the years. And then every Christmas, he answered them. Even though it's really...
It wasn't like when he died,
we'll get to that next. We'll get to that next. But yeah, okay. And here, now, by this point, Lois and him are engaged. So she's going in with him. So we're seeing it through him. And we find out he dreads this day. Why? Because of all the requests. So many of them that he gets. Now, the first one could be a bit is a crank, as he would put it. Like, Dear Superman, I'm writing to you from Alaska with a terrific business proposition. If you would assist me to search for undiscovered oil, our success will make us both very wealthy. And of course, and he's like, what? Don't they realize you can never do something like that? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, I'm a high school senior, and I saw something in geology class that you might want to attempt. It's the whole squeezing coal and making a diamond. Do what they say. No, I can't do that.
Exactly. But real quick, I just want to remind people, please keep your comments on topic.
Yeah, please, Hunter. Yeah. But yeah, here's one. A person, two sisters who were separated during they were survivors of Auschwitz, could not be able to find each other. So what does he do? He actually does agree to answer it to help find her because she has no other means of doing it. So she finds the woman who wrote it, picks her up, takes her to find her other sister, and reunites them. It's this good that keeps them going. And I like what Lois does. She ends up then separating the letters from the cranks to the stuff that they can send to the government for help. Because even he says there's a lot of stuff he can't do. Like someone who needs a heart transplant and can't find a donor. What can he do?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like he can just x-ray someone and say, give me your heart. And then he gets one that's a drawing and it says, I don't think this love will ever reach you, but my mommy told me to try anyway. My dad has a brain tumor. The doctors say they can't do anything to save him, but you can, right? I heard you could do anything, even do a brain operation to get out of a tumor. And yeah, the kid is 10. So he heads, and she encouraged, like, you're going on this one, aren't you? But what will you do when you get there? All I can say is, I'll tell the boy that I can't save his father's life. But when he shows up, he died 10 minutes ago. So think about that. The father just died 10 minutes prior to him showing up.
Oh, jeez.
And she's upset. And of course, the boy lashes out. And I'm saying, you're a big fake. But then he goes and talks to him. And this is what I love. Like, and even if I had gone here sooner, I couldn't have done anything. I'm not a doctor. But you're Superman. No, I'm Superman. And there are many, many things I just cannot do. I wish I could have helped your father. So.
Dave. Well, Superman could acquire hearts. It's a joke.
Oh, you mean like with Joker?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Particularly all the hearts he breaks.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I wish I could help there. But then someone then says we could, your husband wishes he, was your husband a donor? Never got around to it. And he suggests, maybe it could help out. And it turns out the person who did a letter earlier is a match. So what does Superman do? Flies it over there.
Okay, I like that.
So yeah, it's actually able to help that out. And yeah, so it's like, yeah, and again, she understands now. Think about this, how heavy this is for Superman. Going through, let me go back to the beginning just to remind you how many letters. Look at that.
God damn.
And again, there's some he can do. Most of them he can't. And they were even saying they were getting many, like the bulk of them since October of that year. Now, they never made it clear when Superman started it, but you can imagine just how much this might weigh on it. How much do you think this could weigh on you?
Oh, yeah, a lot. All the stuff that he can't do.
And then the cranks and all that.
It's kind of like how Superman has those instances, because if Superman really stopped everything, he would like have no private life. So it's like there are some things he has to let happen. And
again, all that stuff without a private life can push him over the edge. That's when you lose yourself.
And that's pre-crisis Superman.
Yeah, can we say that? That is what's going to happen. If Superman, that's why Superman does need Clark. He needs someplace to be calm,
you need
relaxed,
a balance,
and
right?
reset.
You need a balance.
Yeah, because if he's on all the time, that's when he starts to be like, why don't you all just stop?
Yeah, exactly. Or he turns into irredeemable.
Exactly. And then he gets a little help from Bruce Wayne to arrange for some toys for some kids.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. He dresses in black so people just focus on Santa.
Oh, that's interesting. All right.
because he knew no one would pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And everyone would probably think it's a shadow.
Yeah. And this is also when he finds out Pete and Lana have are engaged.
Okay.
Then here's the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
The funeral one.
So, by the way, context: Superman had just died.
Literally, this is the very next issue in the Superman book.
Yeah, I have. You know, it's kind of. I can say I have Funeral for a Friend both as single issues and as a trade paperback.
Hey, dude, this was the first Superman issue I ever read.
Oh God, really?
This was the first one.
Wow.
And I understood Superman here. And this is where you have, although you have Mitch coming there trying to meet up with Mrs. Superman, who was, of course, lying.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how Lois is like, she's no more Mrs. Superman than I am.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mitch meet up with Jimmy. And this is when the Kents finally show up to help her. Lana just teleports in there. Because even the Kents are like, how did you get here? It's like, But yeah, so the League decide to carry it on. And again, we hear about some of the cranks, but also you have the one with guys that it's all gals terminal. It's about to kick off. Seems she wanted Big Blue to help find her son. We split over 30 years ago. Or we get stuff from the Andersons, Mitch's family asking for help. Of course, Mitch feeling so upset, but they, talking with Bibbo and Jimmy helps him out. And Bibbo, I love how Bibbo actually, because remember how rich he got from the lotto when he's like, I can't take a bus fare. That's enough for an airfare, kid. Heck, if Superman was around, he'd fly you home in this nasty weather himself. And, I love this. And Roger Anderson, yes, I'm your man. What can I do? Mm-hmm. I love that. It's like, well, what do you expect?
He's like, hello? Hi?
Did someone get me a service? Or he would think that, I'm sure.
He's like, is this a strippergram?
Yeah, but that's when she revealed about what happened with their home being destroyed by Doomsday. Oh yeah, just look at all this. Even Guy helping out.
Mm-hmm.
Great moment here.
Yeah,
that was that one. Now this one.
This is one of my favorites.
This is right.
Look at Dave. Auga.
Auga.
Jurgens draws a pretty damn good Wonder Woman.
Yep. It all depends on the inker, and Brett Breeding is hands down his best inker.
Yeah, exactly.
Hands down.
Here's the thing: ignoring any of my story issues with Jurgens, his art is stellar.
By the way, I don't know if I told you this. This goes back to when we were over Superman Aliens, how we mentioned about Kevin Nolan. Just his. Turns out that's how Kevin is. If he is given very loose pencils, he'll put more of himself into it. If he's given very detailed pencils, he's just inking.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Jurgens usually gives loose pencils.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is almost right after Lex got elected.
Okay.
Also, they're building up to Our World's at War.
Okay, so it's during that.
It's the build up to it, yeah.
Start up to it. All right, I see.
So yeah, Superman's giving gifts out to the different leaguers. So we have Martian Manhunter and Plastic Man. They don't mention what it is yet, but everyone's trying to talk about what's worse than Lex Luthor being president of the United States. I don't know, Blast. What is worse than Lex Luthor being president of the United States? 2 Lex Luthors! A grin? I got a grin! But of course, John got a box of Chocos.
Mm-hmm, of course.
And Plastic Man got rubber bands.
That makes sense.
Oh, and look at this. Liefeld. One of Liefeld's better drawings.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to say, is that Liefeld? Because that's really good.
Yep. And look what he gave. A snow globe.
That actually works really well for Arthur. Honestly, Liefeld has drawn the best post-crisis Aquaman.
Honestly,
I would pay for a post-crisis Liefeld drawn Aquaman.
Provided Norm Rapman is inking.
Yeah.
You got to take his inks into account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we got Mike Wieringo with, again, they're going around, everyone is talking about it. But you do vote, right? Sure. Why? You missed. I don't know, really. Hope, I guess. Hope. Yeah, that maybe you'll make a difference and shows what I know. And look what he gives him. Ring polish! Oh, and then we have Art Adams helping me up with the Flash. And I love it. He gives him tube socks.
That makes sense.
Oh, and
my favorite!
Ian Churchill, before he hurt his hand.
Yeah, so, okay, here's the thing. Here's the funny part. The art is drawn very provocatively because
That's Ian. That's Ian.
Superman, Wonder Woman being on top of Superman, their breaths intermingling, and that. Sorry, Robert. I'm sorry. That silhouette at the bottom. Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
this is the guy who redesigned and who did the first couple of issues of the Return Kara Zor-El Supergirl, and he was unfortunate. People were he was notorious for how even his skirt just kept moving up the crotch.
How much you want to bet that Clark is thinking baseball cold showers, baseball cold showers?
Yep. But of course I do like I care about you, Clark, and what this whole election thing is doing to you. This is twice today I pinned you. If you let this turn into an obsession, then Lucifer already defeated you. Is that what you want? And good. Clark is your best friend and as a woman, or as your best friend who happens to be a woman, you might want to take all this stuff and set it aside. Spend some time with Lois, with the year you two have had. Then he gave their Mjolnir.
Yeah, it's tiny, and it's a reminder of
DC versus Marvel. Beloved. Yep. Oh, that too.
It's more Immortal Beloved because that's their shared experience.
That's true. But notice though, that was the thing she says: go and be with Lois.
Well, yeah, because he's married to Lois.
Yep. Oh boy, this shot.
Yeah. Wonder ass.
Yep. Oh, but I love this one was Joe Mad's art. Look, few words. Wasn't it you said we have to put our faith in the American people to do the right thing? This is from Lois. Tell Lois. Thank you.
Oh, a magnifying glass.
When the time is right, we'll take Lucer down. When the time is right. And then they're in Andor for Christmas.
On a beach and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I like that. That's nice.
Yep. And then there's Loeb doing his own take on the Metropolis mailbag, the email bag.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Because at this point, email was taking over.
Yeah, 2002, definitely. So yeah, he starts to do a bit more of that. So while he's both dealing with to give Ed McGuinness some fun stuff to draw, a big mech fight, and this is where we get introduced to the boy toy man.
Oh, Hero, you mean?
Hero, yeah. We're introduced to that, but meanwhile we have Kevin McGuire as he's answering. They're juggling as he's answering the emails.
Hero was the one in Public Enemies, right?
Yes.
Good.
That's Power Girl at big just after the numbers.
Yeah, the one that had X-ray goggles and looked at Power Girl.
Yep, but I love this. Like, I know you're busy throughout the year. Ours is a small village in Spain. For the people who live here, the old church means the world. We are told that the Lord works in a mysterious way, but none more mysterious than alien spacecraft from the recent world conflict crash into the church. We had worked together to rebuild that what we can. An alien spacecraft from a recent war, from our world at war. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he helps rebuild it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can't stay. Have to head back home. But of course, for anybody makes it go bong bong. I love it. Regarding a matter of faith, we get more action going on. Then we see more of the emails.
That works. I like
one wish. I'm 18, basically wanted to see the Statue of Liberty. My daddy works hard. He's in Alaska in the pipeline. My mom said we don't have the money to go and see him. I love Daddy and want to spend Xmas with him. Oh, and Christmas in Cambodia. More action. Boy,
you.
This is a bling, bling, bling. This is more of a Christmas present for McGuinness.
I'm sure.
Yep. And yep, there he is.
There's Hero.
And then we get a bit more about these toys. We find out from email that they're fine. And now here's something I text you about. This is the young boy that Superman saved during Our Worlds at War when Kansas blew up. This is the same boy that Chuck Austin would then say become Gog.
Oh, God. Really?
Yep. So I guess if you go by that one story, that's fine. If you ignore this.
Yeah, I was about to say, doesn't that contradict?
Yep. Oh, and I love this. This is after Pa has come back, but was found again after Our Worlds at War.
Mm-hmm.
I love this whole thing where Pa's like, Jonathan Kent, what in the world are you looking for? My eyeglasses. I can't see well enough without them to find the darn things. Pa, they're right on the top of your head. What? Oh, they are, aren't they? I lose mine all the time, too. Old age is not for sissies, Clark. Yep, and then Lois, this is while Lois and her mother are going around the world for a while because she lost her father during it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also, I love it how he sent a FedLex with for Clark, but it had a Superman message to get his attention. I love it. Got you here, didn't it? And that's why you have X-ray vision and they don't. But this is when she also realizes that something's up. Luthor's might seem to have known what would happen to her father. But that's where that ends. But yeah, that's why I wanted to show off those. How were those?
Pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, they were all great.
And then I have my issue pulled up.
Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
Issue 3 of Superman Wonder Woman from the New 52. And this was one of the more wholesome ones. So this is when Kat gets the picture that Superman and Wonder Woman are dating. And Superman has just manhandled Apollo. And he's trying to, because essentially the way Superman calls it, as you guys remember in that badass moment, Apollo blasted Superman with sunlight, which is the equivalent of drinking a bucket of adrenaline. So he's trying to calm. And then I really love this interaction between Clark and Bruce because Bruce basically says, and this is the refutation to everyone that says, without Lois, he turns evil. Because Bruce says, you know why I've always been comfortable working with you, despite the fact that you could punch the moon to dust, because you always see humanity as your home team no matter what.
Exactly. I will agree with that.
And now again, remember, I said it's a refutation of people that think that Lois is all that stands between him being evil.
No, even I will disagree with that strongly.
Exactly.
I say she is one of she's one of.
But it's the Kents.
Yeah, but I think if the Kents were dead and it was just Lois, then Lois would be one of the things.
Yeah. So, and then you have Diana and Hesha at the mall, and she's trying, because it's her first time celebrating Christmas with Clark, and she wants to get a good first gift. And again, Hesha says, okay, so a good Christmas gift is something that someone can't easily get on their own. This is one of the best moments ever. So then we get a new 52 Zod, and I gotta say, I love how in the new 52 they weren't afraid of blood,
right?
And then so we get the JLA with Steve Never, Hawkman, Vibe, and Martian Manhunter, and they fight. I love where Hawkman tries to hit Zod in the back of the head with the mace, and then Zod's just like, what? And then Hawkman's like, uh-oh.
Yep.
And then Wonder Woman and Superman show up and help him. And then I love this. So this is the Christmas present. Wonder Woman asks, okay, so what is it that Superman can't easily get? Because again, it's a play off of what do you get for the man who has everything.
Yep.
So she gets him time. Essentially, the Justice League is going to handle saving the world. So for a little bit of time, they don't have to save the world.
No,
I go, that's actually really clever.
It is clever. And I'm saying I've seen that done in other things, but yeah, that is still clever.
Yeah, exactly. And it's okay, I really, and then obviously their secret is out. But yeah, that's what I really like about that one particular issue, because it really demonstrates, because again, it's Hesha asks him, do you know him? Do you know what he needs? And then Diana's like, oh yes, time. Because everyone's expecting her to get him a physical present. The Mjolnir works and stuff, but remember, this Superman and Wonder Woman don't have that shared experience.
Exactly. I will not argue that.
So it's like, what else? And they could have done, oh, she finds something from Krypton or something like that. But this
that's not up her alley. That's not up her alley.
Yeah, exactly. So with this, I'm like, okay, that really shows that, like, because this whole series so far, they're talking about how they have to balance being in a relationship and being Superman and Wonder Woman.
Definitely.
So I really liked that. So, I love Dave. He goes, go and be with Ratchet Hoes. Oh my God, that's great, Dave. I love that. And by the way, I love Dave. He goes, I love legally distinct Oreos.
Yeah, Chocos, yeah. Or Cocoa.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to say though, still, that whole Superman doing the letters, doing it on Christmas, if you ask me, yeah, he would not do it all the time, let's be honest.
No, he would save it for like Christmas or like another special occasion or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, that would still drive anyone mad.
Yeah, trying to fulfill all those things and seeing all of the letters, knowing that you can't answer them all.
And some of them are too late by the time he reads them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do with that in that case?
Exactly, like in that case with the tumor, he arrived literally 10 minutes too late. But even then, he wasn't going to be able to do anything. The fact he went over there to tell the kid he couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I do also really like that.
And I love that.
And then Cameron says actually likes it, and said he's not only is he real, he's in the Justice League.
Yep, and possibly an alien.
Which I could see Santa being an alien. That explains so much.
Again, and I would say the one Jeff Parker did for the Batman Santa one is not the same thing as that one story. I wish it was, but it's not. Yeah, and I guess he has an amazing Mrs. Claus.
By the way, apparently either this is AI or not, but the Spider-Man trailer leaked.
What?
Yeah, I'll send it to you in a sec. I think it's probably AI. I'm seeing some stuff.
Probably.
Which I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people.
Yeah, it seems like too high of a quality.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like, I do like how you can have so many.
It was disabled in response to copyright.
Oh, okay.
So maybe.
Interesting. But anyway, so the thing I really do like about this is like you could have the same type of story, Superman during Christmas, but you can have different variations of it.
Exactly. And again, a nice reminder of him not only just helping the world, but helping his fellow leaguers and everything.
Yeah, because here's the thing about it. Here's what people don't get about Superman when they say like, oh, he's boring or something like that. Here's the thing about Superman. Superman is an ideal, and like the for lack of a better term, he's the perfect man. It's the idea that like yes, he will punch like, let's say, Darkseid in the face, but he will also save a cat out of a tree.
Jurgen put it best when he's like, but you're Superman. No, I'm Superman.
Yeah, exactly. The man part is still important to that. You can't ignore the Kryptonian or the human side either.
Exactly. A lot of people want to.
A lot of people want to.
They want to ignore the I think more people want to ignore the human side because for them it's boring.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like, no, he should be like a god. And I go, yeah, but the way you had it, that's one of the reasons why they had to reboot. So
exactly, that's the reason why they had the reboot. And let's also be honest, it's very, very easy for people to disconnect.
Well, yeah, and if you want people already think that Superman is not relatable, you're gonna make it instantly worse.
Exactly. I don't get why people think that. I don't get it.
Well, because again, they think that their echo chamber reflects everyday reality.
When it doesn't.
It really doesn't. And again, I go back to that great statement that James Gunn made where he said, don't take your preferences as the preferences of everyone, because chances are it's not true.
Exactly.
That is 100. That's again. So again, Gunn makes some good stuff. Oh, obsessed power skills fault. That too. Power skills also have their own fault on that. Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
And then Dave says the Doomsday trailer leaks were accurate. Is this Spider-Man what with about 4 villains? I think that's real. Well, all I know is that it shows Spider-Man swinging. It shows MJ in the little shop. It shows Sadie Sink. It shows Bruce Banner. It shows Punisher. The only thing I have to check.
I don't think they would put all that into one trailer.
The only thing is that I think it reused a shot from the Punisher show. That's why I'm a little suspicious.
Yeah.
It's the shot of him carrying a minigun as he's walking away from a car that explodes.
That's what I was to say was I highly doubt it.
So that's the one thing that's making me doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, it's like but yeah, so it's like with Superman, it's like that it also proves the thing, Robert. It's like with the whole letter thing and the Superman. Here's the other good part about that. I have long said, okay, here's how you make Superman relatable, or like you make him less intimidating. What you do is you put him in a scenario where his strength means nothing, like Jonathan Kent dying of a heart attack or that father thing.
Yeah, the father with the brain tumor. Because again, what can he do?
And before anyone says, "Oh, he could heat vision people," like you just mentioned,
he's not a doctor. He doesn't know exactly what to operate or how to do it well. He just be slicing his head off.
Don't tell people that, because that would require them to actually read Superman comics.
Which I'll be honest, that's why which at least Morrison had it be when he had to operate on Lois. He quickly read through everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were avoiding that at this point. Clearly, they were avoiding the whole crushing in the diamonds.
Yeah, exactly. But so that's the point there. It's like, look, if you're going to do, it's like, look, it's like that's why, again, when people say that Superman's hard to write for, he's too intimidating, I always say, no, you're just too lazy.
And you just look at it as nothing but a power fantasy.
Exactly. You're just looking at it as the powers, but Superman is more than just his powers.
Well, I emphasize power fantasy because that's what they look at. They look at it like, what would I do with the powers? Not what can a man do with the powers?
What can the best man do with the powers? It's the same thing with Wonder Woman, how too many people see her as just the warrior because that's easy to write.
Exactly. And some people go too far the other way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, look, it's like it's for the appropriate, and it's like, if anyone ever calls Diana a walking contradiction, they don't understand Diana.
Oh, I agree. I just say that it's all I would say is that it's a balancing act but most people don't seem to understand, or
it's
they go
dependent on what she's doing.
Exactly. And then, again, that's
because let me put this by Robert. Did you read Wonder Woman yet?
Tomorrow.
Okay, good. We'll make a CLD segment about it for sure. I wanted to ask it because I was gonna bring something up, but I caught myself. I'm like, let me wait so
tomorrow,
I can make sure this isn't gonna spoil it.
Definitely tomorrow.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. But yeah, but it's like if she's fighting like Vanessa, she's gonna be much less aggressive than like if she were fighting Grail.
Exactly. It's like how Batman is with, say, animated wise, Freeze and Joker.
Yeah, exactly. It's hyper dependent on the threat she's facing. It's like when they say she should never use the sword and the shield.
No, I just say she should keep it to she should use her lasso more than her sword and shield.
I agree with you on that. It's like, no, it's hyper dependent on the threat. If she's facing Doomsday,
better way of putting it. She should more likely more often than not leave the shield and sword behind unless the situation calls for it. Does that mean she has to fly out and go get it? Yes, but she shouldn't carry it with her at all times.
Let me put it this way. When she fought Medusa in the Rucker run, that I think it's a sword and shield scenario right there.
Yeah, but say dealing with Giganta, no,
absolutely not.
Unless she finds on ending it.
Yeah, Grail, yes, I would say Grail. You kind of need
because Grail will bring her own. Like this, unless the enemy is either an actual monster or it's more likely to bring their own sword, sword to the fight. Yeah, Ares. But otherwise,
exactly.
like Dr. Psycho, no.
Genocide, yes. I would say yes in that case.
Genocide, yes.
It's like if any villain is like uber powerful, then I would say
bring it alongside the lasso.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like she's.
That's the other thing. If you notice, there was that one time where we barely had the lasso even used or even drawn on.
Yeah, exactly.
You just had the sword and shield, nothing more. It's like, what happened to the lasso?
Angle Man goes, okay, Diana, I'm gonna fight you. She takes out the sword and the shield. He's like, oh no.
Exactly. But did you notice that there was that brief time where that's all she had?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay. Oh, NJ says Veronica Kale. Yeah, she doesn't need the sword and the shield.
Kinky.
Although I do love the line in this is one of the good lines in Bloodlines where she puts the sword in the desk and goes, "If you're gonna fight a war, you're gonna need a weapon."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, that's really good.
Here's the though. Diana will have a weapon of words.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's like if it applies to Cheetah, I would say lasso. Cheetah, I would say lasso.
More lasso than it would be unless she has the God Killer.
The God Killer sword, then I'm like, yeah, break out the sword and the shield.
Yeah, but on her own, no. Because again, all she has is claws.
Yeah, and it's not like she's like a god character. That's the thing. Like again, Darkseid. Yeah, I think she could Perpetua.
I say either one, but again, she would bring both into it.
She would bring both, but the sword and the shield is more of a legitimate option when it comes to like god characters.
Yeah, that's why I don't get why people kept having her just carry it on as a default. I never got that.
You know why? Because it was for DCEU synergy.
Cersei? Oh, no. Cersei, no.
Cersei? Yeah, I would say no. You don't really have to.
No.
You don't really have to.
The shield, maybe.
Sword and the shield?
No, the shield. Just the shield.
Why would she just have the shield, though?
The block from the magic.
She has her bracelets.
That's true. Okay, you're right.
That's the thing. It's like...
Yeah, that's the other thing, yeah. Against shoplifters? No.
Yeah. Bracelets are enough. Yeah, for most of her villains, bracelets and lasso are like...
Yeah, it's like... the shield just simply couldn't come just because she has the sword.
Yeah, because she would look like Captain America if she just had the shield.
True, but again, the fact that her just bringing just the, having... does she really need the shield with the sword?
I would say yes, because there is some stuff, because with a sword, it's it's more of a blunt instrument when it comes to blocking. It's like with the bracelets, because it's smaller, it's a little bit more, you have to be more precise.
That's true.
Whereas the shield, you can just hold it.
That's true. That's very true.
Plus also, if she's shielding someone from like a blast, the shield covers more of an area.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah. I know that, MJ, but it's like, let's say she's protecting someone else, the shield is going to be the best option.
Definitely.
But it's like, but it's like with Superman, it's like, again, to your point, Robert, it's like people focus too much on what he can do, but they don't focus on the other stuff he does.
Exactly. That's why, again, people are using he's boring, or they're like, again, as I've always said, oh, if I had Superman's powers, I'd be a complete jerk, to which I'd be like, so you'd be Lex Luthor.
Or Homelander.
I still go with Lex because it's the whole reason why Lex can never accept the idea of Superman, being altruistic. Because he's like, no, because I wouldn't do it. He can't.
Yeah, no one accepts that, like, there could be someone this good.
Exactly.
But it's like, that's the point of Superman. It's like he inspires all the heroes. That's kind of like the point there. But it's like but it's like, then you get people that like want to also like what's the word, discount who he is because they think he's like naive or like,
the people who tub the term hope core.
Those are Batman fans, my man.
I'm sorry,
Those are
I'm
Batman
getting
fans.
that Hope Corps thing's really getting on my nerves.
And I'm like, I got news for you. Every superhero, when it comes to like what they stand for, stands for hope to some degree.
And again, it's leads to the same people feel like, again, if I would say, it brings me back to that one comic of, hey, someone's falling. Oh, he's wearing a MAGA hat.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm sorry, that comic disgusted me. That was one of the most like, you really do not get Superman.
Yeah, because Superman would save someone no matter their politics. Then he would give them a stern talking to, but he wouldn't let them die.
Yeah, that's why even now, even if someone had done something horrible, he would still save their life so they could at least answer for their crime.
Look how many times he saved Lex.
Exactly.
All right, NJ brings up a good point. Blonde Blazer. They didn't. The Invisigal fans thought she had to be like a Nazi or something like that because there's no way someone could be that good.
Exactly. And now, granted, this was also a series that was known, a company, a format that was known for sometimes having a twist. So I could also understand that too.
Yeah, but it was like with me, I never believed that because I was of the like,
I agree.
Like Superman fandom, obviously.
I agree.
Because I was like, okay, I get that that's a thing, but it's like Superman's also been pretty good. There's no way they're gonna do something like that.
And in the end, yeah, and that's why some people were like, perhaps I judge you too harshly.
Yeah, exactly. I love that one meme that's like, I will now accept all the apologies on behalf of Blonde Blazer.
But unfortunately, I didn't last.
Yeah, and then Lord Thought says superheroes could never exist. Godlike powers? Yeah, exactly. It's like superheroes are the people that use their godlike powers for the benefit of mankind. Now, would there still be people who would use their powers for good? Yeah, absolutely. Statistically, yes, there would be, but it's more of a toss-up of whether or not the person's going to turn into like the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's like that's really like a coin toss in that case. But yeah, but Robert, let me ask you this: of the stories you covered of the Christmas Superman, which ones are your favorite?
Oh, I'd have to say the very first Metropolis mailbag.
Okay,
it established that tradition. It's been actually a state. It's something that other writers have utilized. And yeah, you have moments that I just kind of like really like that because it reminds us why and that Superman, especially post-crisis, how human he is.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer like I'm not gonna say of the stories you covered because I'm gonna obviously I would say Superman, Wonder Woman. I would say the Justice League one because it's like I like seeing how well because he knows all of his teammates really well. He knows what to get them,
even if they're gags.
Even if they're gag gifts, exactly. I love how Lois gets Batman a magnifying glass because he's a detective.
Exactly, and I do like that was Lois who did it. Like, of course, Superman would let Lois do it.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. And I bet that she insisted on it, like, and he probably was like, okay, I guess I don't have to get amazing now.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, sweet score. I don't have to think. I love, by the way, in the episode of Justice League when Superman, when they're going for Superman's birthday, one woman's like, "What'd you get him? Cash." That's so good. I love that. But yeah, but I think that's a good place to leave it. So this was a fun as hell episode. And then, so Robert, where can we find you? What we got coming out?
Link down below. I got a Christmas PTN tomorrow where I go. Some friends of mine, I go over Paul Dini's Jingle Bell, the daughter of Santa, teenage daughter of Santa.
There won't be any Comics League content until Friday on the on event of like Christmas. So no Wonder Woman Wednesday and no Under Two Capes this week just because it's Christmas. But then, yeah, we'll be back to a full schedule next week. But anyway, we will see you guys later. Stay heroic and have a be super. Have a happy holidays, everyone. Bye-bye.